Hi guys, it's Nikki, and today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about sorority recruitment and kind of go over some tips and tricks that I have now going into my senior year. I went through recruitment as a first year, and I've been on the recruiting side for 2 years now, so I have a little bit of experience with sorority recruitment, and I really wanted to share some tips with you all that I have about it. Just a disclaimer, my school is on the West Coast in California. I'm just going to be talking about what I know from my school and the way we do recruitment. I know it's really different in a lot of different areas of the country, but in general, I think that these tips kind of will apply to everyone, but just so you know, the way that I'll be explaining how the process works and everything is just how it is at my school, so don't take my word for it exactly. If you go somewhere like on the East Coast, I'm not sure if it'll be the same. But let's jump right into it. So just to explain a little bit first about what sorority recruitment is, it's a long process that spans about a week where you get to go to every single house of the sororities in your school, or at least the Panhellenic sororities, and you get to meet all of the girls and talk to them and kind of see where you think you would fit in best with which group. So you get to eventually narrow down the choices, and hopefully at the end of the week on bid day you'll end up with a house you love, and it's really exciting. It's a very grueling process, but it's super worth it in the end. So yeah, it's really fun. So basically what happens every day is that you'll start out on the first day going to every single house that your school has for all the sororities. Some schools break this down into 2 days depending on how many sororities they have at their school. My school only has 8, so we're able to fit it all into one day. It's just a really long day, but some people or some schools actually break it down into 2 days for the first round, so it just kind of depends on how yours does it. But the first day you just get to meet everyone, and it's more casual. It's not as stressful. It's just kind of like a meet and greet. The second day is philanthropy day for us, where you get to learn about the sororities' philanthropy, which is like their charity essentially and what they raise money for, and that's more personal to the sorority, and everyone is different, so you get to kind of find where your passions are and what you really care about as far as charity work. And then the third day is my favorite day. It's sisterhood, and that's when you get to learn about formals and retreats and all the things that all the sisters do together that makes them unique and what bonds them. So that's really fun. You also get to see the houses and go on house tours and see rooms and stuff, and it's really fun. It's a little bit more personal. And then the fourth day is actually, this is probably my favorite day. It's preference night. So this is where you narrowed it down to 2 houses, and you get to go and experience a little bit of ritual with them, and it's really formal. You wear like cocktail attire, and it's really fun. You usually get to like eat, and it's more about what house you really see a connection with and which one you want to end up joining the next day on bid day. So after you narrow down all your choices, it's a mutual selection process. So that basically means you're picking which ones you like, and the girls are picking which girls they think would fit best with them. And eventually the whole system works it all out, and you end up with the house you love. Bid day is super fun. Basically, you get to run to your new house and hang out with your sisters after, and you get a cute new shirt, and everything is really great. So basically that's how recruitment works. If I wasn't clear, or if you have any questions, you can just leave them down below. But basically I'm just going to go through some tips that I have to help you throughout the week. I just wrote them down in my little notebook. They're kind of sporadic and don't really go in any order, but this is just kind of what I came up with that I think will help you really maximize all your options and get you the best house that you really love at the end of the week. So to start off, my main tip is just to make your own decisions. I know a lot of people go through recruitment with a friend or someone you might have met when you first got to college, your roommate, your friend from high school at a different school. I don't know. A lot of people go through recruitment with someone that they know, and by doing that, obviously you guys are gonna talk about which houses you liked and which ones you didn't, but you're not always going to agree on the same houses because you're not the same person, and it's better to just make your own decisions and really find where you fit in versus where your friend fits in, because it's not a bad thing to be in a different sorority as your friend. Some of my best friends are not in my sorority, and it's actually really fun because we get to go to each other's events and kind of have different experiences, and it's something that you really get to call your own versus you and your friend. And it's better in college, honestly, to be independent and make your own decisions. Going kind of along with that, I would say keep an open mind throughout the whole recruitment process. Try really hard not to go into it with any preconceived ideas of what certain houses are going to be like, or what you think or what you don't think. Just try and keep an open mind about it, and similarly, don't write off a house instantly. A lot of times there might be different girls in a chapter that you don't exactly click with, but the next day when you go back, you might really like one other girl that you meet. So it kind of just depends. Also keep in mind that these days are really long, and when you go to a house at the end of the night, you're probably not going to have the best conversation with a person when you've been to 7 houses prior to that. You're super tired, thirsty, hungry, all of that stuff. You guys are all going to be exhausted, and same with the girls in the sororities. They get really tired too. So keep that in mind when you're making decisions like, oh, that conversation was kind of boring. Like, was it boring because you're just really tired? Try and think about the values and where you feel that you'll fit in, and really narrow it down through that. After each round, you're going to be getting a little bit of time to walk between houses and kind of touch up your makeup, do whatever you want. But I would really strongly suggest to keep a notebook or use the notes on your phone to jot down what you might have talked about with a girl at a house or what she looked like, just to kind of be able to jog your memory, because after seeing a lot of people, you might think, oh, I can remember like which ones I liked and which ones I didn't. It gets so confusing. So definitely write down what house you went to, what girls you talked to, and whether your initial reaction was that you liked them, that you didn't. Just kind of try and remember. That way at the end of the night when you're narrowing down your choices, you have a really good, clear idea of what you actually thought right when you left the house versus what you thought at the very end of the night when you're trying to remember. When you're going into the houses, you're going to be a little bit nervous, and that's totally okay, but really try and relax and have fun with it. The girls who are recruiting are nervous too. It's kind of hard to just go up and talk to a stranger, especially if you're shy and not necessarily outgoing or talkative with people. So try not to be too nervous. Everyone really just wants to get along. And going along with that, really just try and have a conversation with the girls you talk to. It doesn't have to be an interview. It's not super formal. Just really try and get to know them as a person. Just have a conversation about like what you're interested in, what you did that summer, like what you're looking forward to during the school year. You can just talk about anything with them, and also go into it with questions. It's totally okay to ask questions. And for me, as someone who's recruiting on the sorority side, I love it when girls who are going through recruitment have questions, because it shows me that they're really interested in learning about the sorority and kind of seeing what the sorority can do for them, because this process is very mutual. And as someone who's going through recruitment, you want to find out what that sorority can do for you and how it can positively impact your life as well as what you can do for them. So definitely go into it with questions if you have any, and don't be afraid to ask them, because the girls will be really enthusiastic to answer your questions. So the next thing that I would recommend is about outfits. So first and foremost, be comfortable when you're going through recruitment. It's a very long process, like I keep saying, and you don't want to be in 5-inch stilettos that you just bought and wearing this tight top and feeling uncomfortable, because at least where I'm at, it's so hot during recruitment and nasty and sweaty. So just be comfortable, and that way you can showcase your own personal style to everyone, and you don't have to be fidgeting with your clothes and really worrying about it. And just on the side of outfits, I have like a few quick tips. One would be try to not wear a watch. I just have that personal opinion that if you're wearing a watch, you're probably going to look at it and you're going to seem really distracted when you're talking to people, and it just kind of gives you an easy way to be distracted, so just don't let yourself even go there. Another one, like I was saying before, is don't wear anything brand new, because you want to be able to break in your shoes before you go through recruitment. You want to be able to make sure a top is going to be comfortable or jeans are going to be able to be sitting and standing. And also, don't try out any crazy new hair and makeup the day of recruitment. If you really want to practice with your makeup or your hair, try it a couple days before and see how you like it. I know it's hard because you want to try and do new things and like look your best, but at least for me, if I'm like, oh, I'm going to try and do a winged cat liner, and then I just end up totally embarrassing myself and it looks really bad, like you don't want to do that right on the day of recruitment. So just be comfortable, do what you're used to, and showcase your own personal style. And then another one that I have, this is totally not anything you have to abide by, but it's just something that I've kind of thought of over the years, is during preference night, try to stay away from black or white dresses, because that's what a lot of chapters wear on preference night. So that way, if you wear a colorful dress or something with pattern, you're going to be able to stand out, so you're not going to look like one of the girls who's already in the sorority, and it's a fun way to just stand out from everyone else and show that you're confident and cute, and it's just fun. But if you don't do that, it's fine. I wore black on my preference night and I made it into a sorority, so it's okay. I'm hopefully going to be doing a whole recruitment outfit video where I kind of try on some stuff and show you guys what I would suggest that you wear. So if you're interested in that, give this video a thumbs up or comment down below, but I think I'll hopefully be filming that soon so that you can actually get a visual on what you should and shouldn't be wearing. So the next thing is in regards to personal health and keeping sane when you're going through the recruitment process. A lot of times at some schools, they'll feed you during recruitment, or you'll have like a dinner break or a lunch break depending on when you're going through recruitment each day. But my suggestion is to eat a big breakfast or a big lunch right before recruitment so that you're not super hungry. Bring snacks if you ever have a break, and drink a ton of water because, like I said it's really hot and you don't want to be feeling lightheaded or fatigued, and it's really tiring talking to a bunch of people all day and your mouth's gonna get dry, and water is just your best friend. So drink a ton of water, and if you have to go to the bathroom when you're at one of the parties, it's okay. Like, we know that everybody's got to pee, so if you really need to, just ask the girl that you're talking to, hey, is it okay if I use the restroom? If you have to go, it's totally okay. And also, going along with that, a lot of houses will offer you like a glass of water or a little like lemonade drink or maybe food or something, and it's totally okay to take it. I've heard like rumors or stereotypes that if you like take the food, you seem greedy or like this and this and this. Like, we offer you the food because we want you to be comfortable and want you to have water, and we're trying to be cute and show you that we're fun. So it's totally okay to drink the water or eat the food. Don't even worry about it. When you're talking to the girls, like I was saying before, really try and get to know them. One thing that I would suggest staying away from is if you have any questions about partying or fraternities or boys or drinking alcohol, I just wouldn't even bring that up during recruitment. That's definitely not the focus of sororities. It's just a huge stereotype, and that is not something that we really want recruitment week to be about. It's more about bonding with your future sisters and finding which house you feel comfortable in as a person, and just basing it on that and values and philanthropy and things like that. So I would kind of try and avoid talking about drugs and alcohol, and that's not something you want to give off anyway, so I probably just wouldn't even bring it up. And if you do have concerns about that, or you really want to find out if sororities are all about partying or what the dangers of it are, you can always talk to your recruitment counselor. Your recruitment counselor is someone who takes you and a group of other girls around to all the houses every day, so they're kind of like in charge. And your recruitment counselor, sometimes they're called like row gammas at other schools, but for us we call them RCs, and they are members of Panhellenic sororities who disaffiliate during recruitment, so you have no idea which house they're in, and they're just completely unbiased, and they'll take you and your little buddy group around and kind of guide you through the whole process. So if you ever have any questions or concerns that you feel uncomfortable asking the girls who you're visiting at the houses, you can always ask your RC. They're there for you any time of day, and they really want to help you pick your favorite house and the best house you'll fit in. So just talk to them and don't even feel nervous. They're usually super nice, and like, I still talk to my RCs and they're awesome. So go ahead and definitely utilize them. And that probably brings it to my last tip. Really try and get to know your RCs and get to know your little group that you're with, your RC group, because once you guys all join houses, you're gonna all probably part ways and go to different sororities, and it's really fun to be able to start off being in Greek life with a bunch of friends in different chapters. And that's probably one of my favorite things about Greek life, is that you get to know so many different people from different backgrounds and have friends in every house and get to go to their events, and it's really, really fun, and it really kind of brings the whole community together. So if you start off on the right foot by getting to know your RC group, then that's a really good way to already have friends going into different sororities. And sometimes people in your RC group will end up in yours and you can become best friends, and it's really, really exciting. So definitely just go ahead and get to know as many people as you can throughout the whole process, because it'll only help you in the future. Okay, so that's all I have as far as tips and tricks for sorority recruitment. I really hope this video helped you guys out, and I hope that you're all getting excited for recruitment, or if you're considering going through recruitment, I would just say do it, because you never know if you're gonna like it. I went into recruitment with the intention of not joining a house. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna do it for fun. Like, I don't think I'm really into this. It's kind of weird, but I went through it and I fell in love with it, and now 3 years later, I couldn't be happier that I decided to join recruitment or go through it. So I definitely suggest doing it, and I hope that this helped clear up any confusion that you guys had about the whole process. And like I said before, if you have any more questions, please don't hesitate to send me a message or leave a comment below, and I'd be happy to try and answer those for you guys. So I really hope you enjoyed the video, and good luck with recruitment. See you later. Bye.